primary ignition.
Welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and thank you so much for watching one of my pre-release guides for Star Wars Unlimited's newest set, Legends of the Force. Now, in this guide, we're going to be focusing on the leader and their unique ability and commons and uncommons found within the set that work well with this leader. Yes, there's probably a rare or legendary or two that also pair well with your leader, but because you're limited on the amount of packs that you're opening, we're going to be focusing on the cards that you're going to have more access to within your card pool. And don't forget to enter my Guess the Showcase giveaway that we're going to be running, where you can win a custom merch bundle that includes dice, tokens, and token holders. All you have to do is guess which showcase leader I'm going to pull from the Carbonite case live on July 5th on stream. There's a link in the description below with more details on how you can sign up. Because we're likely to pull more than one type of showcase, there can be multiple winners. With that said, let's go ahead and look at this Legends of the Force leader. Let's take a look at Darth Revan. One of the first Star Wars Legends characters to come into this game, Darth Revan is also one of the first villain-only aspect leaders we've seen in this game. One aspect. That means that in total you can only play about 2 types of cards in your deck. Whatever color you pick as your base, and then villainy aspects. So with that said, Revan can be a bit limiting in a sealed format. I don't recommend playing him unless you have enough cards of one single aspect to really strengthen him. So let's go ahead and look at his abilities and what are some of the things that are going to work well with him. As an leader ability, it states when a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may exhaust this leader. So if you do, give an experience token to that friendly unit. So, a couple conditions. Unit has to be in play, has to attack this turn, has to attack into an enemy unit and beat it, so which means they have to survive and only in order to get stronger. This isn't horrible. There are some ways to make this happen. You just need some key cards here. As an epic action, you can deploy Darth Revan when you have 5 or more resources. So this means Revan can come out as early as turn 4, and they're deployed as a 3/6 force unit. They have Restore 1, meaning when they attack, they'll heal your base for whatever that amount is. And then when a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you can give an experience token to that friendly unit. So either way, you have ways of constantly getting experience tokens on units if they can survive attacks over and over, and if your opponent is playing units in the same arena. Let's take a look at some cards with key abilities that are going to work well with Revans. Now, these type of abilities are what you should be looking for with this leader. The first one is the Corrupted Saber. It's a 2-cost upgrade that reads, attach it to a non-vehicle unit, and as long as it's attached to a force unit, it gains on attack. The defender gets -2, -0 for this attack. Because the Saber strengthens your attack, lowers the attacking of the unit you're attacking into, then you have a higher chance of surviving as well as defeating your opponent's unit. This is a common card within the set. So going with Cunning is going to be really solid with cards like the Corrupted Saber because it allows you to build a unit and make them stronger and stronger and stronger without taking too much damage. In the Vigilance aspect, we have a card called Axe Wolves. He is a rare that is a 3-cost 2/2. Now, they had come into play with Shielded, as well as the unit gets +1/+1 for each upgrade on him. Because the shield upgrade token is an upgrade, it's going to make Axe Wolves a 3/3 with the shield, and that's going to ensure they can survive at least their first attack into a unit and get stronger and stronger over time. Now remember, every experience token is an upgrade, so this will strengthen Axe's abilities. Next is the Ambush ability. Ambush has the ability of surprising your opponent, and cards like the Eighth Brother here, who is a 6-cost at a 5/7, can really take your opponent off guard. You can play this type of card to swing into a low health unit with low attack and immediately make the Eighth Brother stronger and stronger. So keep a lookout for abilities that are similar to this that strengthen your units and allow them to stay on the board for longer. Now let's go into each individual aspect and see what kind of cards are going to work best. For Cunning, which I think is a great one, we have the Charging Phylak, which is a 3/4 ambush and hidden unit that you can pay for 4. That ambush, again, is going to work to your advantage because you can surprise your opponent and swing into certain units that they may have gotten rid of before if they saw this unit in play. Next is Shin Hati, a hidden shielded unit you can play for 3. That's a 4/2. Because it's hidden, it's more likely going to survive, and the shield will ensure it can at least get 1 attack through and continue to get bigger and bigger. For Vigilance, I'm going to recommend Bolstered Endurance. It's a 1-cost unit that you can one cost upgrade, that you can attach to a Force unit. It gives that unit +1/+3. Extra health is going to matter a lot in strengthening your units. The higher your health, the more likely they can survive each attack into a unit, and you just build on that with more experience tokens. Whirlwind of Power is a great event that you can play to lower the health of your opponent's units and allow you to swing into them without taking as much damage. If you control a Force unit, though, you can give a unit up to -3, -3. This may kill some of them or give them exactly 0 power. In the aggression aspect, Marin is a 3-cost unit that's a 2/5 that says on attack you may discard a card from your hand, and if you do, deal 2 damage to a unit. The on attack ability can ensure that you can finish off units and without having to swing into them multiple times, as well as just ensuring that you're building your experience tokens over and over. As a 5-cost, Thralls of Coven here is a 3/7 with Raid 3. Now, because it has a good health and attack and HP ratio here, you're more likely going to survive a lot of the attacks you swing into. It hits for 6 and it can take up to 7 damage. This can only get bigger and bigger, so Thralls of the Coven as a common is a pretty great card with Revan. For the command aspect, we have the Jedi Temple Guards. We discussed Ambush earlier, and this ground unit is a 2/4 with Ambush and Restore 2. So it may be able to finish off a unit and get a little bit bigger, but that Restore 2 is going to ensure you stay in this game a bit longer, and they're going to have to deal with those guards. Vani is a 2-cost villainy unit that is a 2/4 that says when played in on attack, you may defeat an experience token on a friendly unit, and if you do, give an experience token to a friendly unit. So you can move things around as you need to. This is going to be definitely more of a higher skill card to work with Revan, and it's going to be really based on what your situation is on the board. You can use this to strengthen one unit over and over, or move some experience tokens when you know a unit is about to die. In the villain aspect, I'm going to recommend Consumed by the Dark Side. It's a 2-cost event that allows you to give 2 experience tokens to a unit, but you're also damaging by 2. This is pretty great for units with grit, but also just to maybe keep them alive at a little bit higher rate. Army of the Dead is a 6-cost, that is a 7/6. Since you're playing the villainy aspect, you may need as many creatures as you can, and just don't sleep on the fact that this is a limited set. So cards like this you may not play in a lot of constructed games. However, they really do act as good threats once they hit the board in limited pools. For the non-aspect, I'm going to recommend Last Words. It's a 2-cost event that says if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give 2 experience tokens to a unit. And Pelimeto, the 2-cost ground unit that is a 1/4 that says on attack, give an experience token to a friendly vehicle or a droid unit. Again, you're playing experience tokens over and over. You don't have to worry about as much upgrade removal within Legends of the Force. So I think these are the cards that are going to work well with Revan and their abilities. Let me know if you did end up playing Revan at your local pre-release, which aspect did you choose, and what bombs did you get that really made Revan shine. Thanks so much for watching one of my videos. Let me know in the comments how things went. Good luck at your future pre-release, and may the Force be with you.